I started with honey and then progressed to fruit. And that's kind of where I am now.
I'm just kind of laughing. Chapter 1 of the Bulletproof Diet. I'm like, guys, there's 5 things that might be messing with you that come from plants. Lectins, phytic acid, oxalates, let's see what mold toxins, which are a major thing, and histamine. And a 6th one that was in the book was seed oils. And that you're probably getting cravings and health problems because one or more of these are kryptonite for you that may not be kryptonite for another. And this was before, Plant Paradox came out.
Right.
I feel like oxalates are trending right now. When I went on Joe Rogan, I'm like, you're getting too much oxalate in your spinach and kale smoothies.
Yes.
And it turns out you get 5 times the dose that your body can eliminate in one spinach kale smoothie.
I think that's a huge amount.
And it's 20% of the beginning fatal dose. So maybe you might want to cook it and dump the water at least. And I remember Joe's going, no. And 7 years later, when Mike Tyson's on and Mike is talking about killer kale, Joe's like, yeah, I had to quit the kale smoothies because of oxalates. Right. So it doesn't mean that no one should ever eat spinach, although I would argue there's no reason to eat spinach unless you're starving.
Yeah.
But it does mean that being aware that if you're doing something that no one ever did, which was eat like 2 pounds of spinach every day, that you just understand Popeye, he wasn't actually eating spinach. He was injecting steroids. That's what his spinach, he was popping the spinach. So this was what they did in the 60s in cartoons. So I've been on a very similar path as you. And I do eat carbs. I recommend cyclical ketosis because one thing that also probably happened to me when I did the all meat, experimented meat and eggs and coffee and I did 4,500 calories a day for almost a year. And I was trying to prove, look, I'm going to get fat less than I should, but I actually lost weight on it, which the whole calorie thing is nonsense.
It is.
But what I did get was interruptions in my sleep, like 12 times a night. You got that as well, right?
I had some pretty serious sleep interruptions.
Yeah, this can happen. And then the gut bacteria, Akkermansia, which are probably really good for you. They control your blood sugar if you have mucus in your gut. If you don't, they eat your gut. So I got leaky gut. I gave myself an egg allergy when I was doing that kind of thing. And that's why I'm like, well, you go into ketosis to get the benefits, go out of ketosis so that you don't get insulin resistant. And to this day, a lot of people go, in fact, someone was at a thing where I was speaking for one of my books and like, oh yeah, Dave invented the keto diet. I'm like, no, that was Robert Atkins. And I didn't invent it. And I'm not even a keto guy. Keto is a tool that you can use. And you can go into ketosis in the morning with MCT oil and be out of ketosis at lunch if you want to.
Yeah.